We're live! Thank you for joining our third Milk Video team stream. And we're in a new room. So today, I'm going to pass it over to the team and we'll get started.
All right. Hi guys, Elsie here. Today we're going to learn how to create video testimonials in minutes. And I'll be your host today. And so I'll ask a few questions. And just to give you an overview of the video, we're going to answer, what are testimonials, how to create them, what makes them so important, why are they so valuable to your business, and how you're able to produce these video testimonials using Milk and where to upload them afterwards. So the main one answering most of these questions would be Ross. And Ross, if you want to introduce yourself a little bit.
Ross Cranwell here, co-founder with Lenny at Milk. And so I've created many testimonials in the past, and want to share kind of the importance of them, how to quickly capture them from your clients and then turn them into an asset that can be used for marketing and sales. So the goal here is to give you kind of the tools and to turn something around potentially today from your existing content or your clients. So if you want to start.
Awesome. All right. So Ross, tell us a little bit about what are testimonials.
So, testimonials, the value there really is around kind of when customers are looking at your product, your brand, they want to know. Other companies are always asking for recommendations, like, is this a good brand? Is it a good company? And so testimonials really reinforce that you have good clients. People obviously use logos and things, but testimonials give a little bit of a narrative around the use case that company has for your product. So it's a lot more relatable, I think. And very short quote, whether it's in text or a video, but it really kind of allows companies prospects to understand why other companies have purchased and may kind of push them over the edge to then purchase your product.
Awesome. So to put them in bullet points, they're to reassure the client of, to purchase the product and to help build credibility and trust.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. And may I ask, who writes these testimonials and how do we get these people to write these testimonials?
Yeah, so to get people to create them, obviously, a lot of companies are building good relationships with their clients. And so sometimes they come out organically. A client will mention how great your product is. And it's like, okay, cool. Can I capture that? Can I put that into a testimonial? And sometimes you have to go out and kind of actually ask them just for a one-liner or two-liner. So it could be a client services person in B2B. It could be anyone within the team who kind of is in touch with the clients.
Awesome. And can you share a little bit about what type of forms of testimonials out there?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, text is very simple to get. You can literally email someone now, capture that, ask for feedback, and put that on the site. And the second one is obviously video, which we're going to cover today, which is a little bit harder in general, a bit more of a blocker for people. But we're going to talk about ways that are really fast for you to do that.
Okay. And what would you suggest if you were to be utilizing video testimonials? What type of questions would you suggest us?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. Why do you use the product? What do you love about it? What problem is it solving? That's the main thing. What the problem that this product is solving that other products are not solving, and how do you use it on a daily basis? How has it helped you do your job?
Awesome. So open-ended questions to help answer.
Yeah, often they'll have their own kind of, they'll go on a whole kind of spiel about why they love you so much.
Of course. Nice. All right, great. So, we would love to see how you're able to design a testimonial video.
Yeah. So two things I'm going to run through. To capture a video testimonial today, there's two ways we could, do it. One is, with a lot of people being more familiar with Zoom, it's easier for you to request people to create a little video themselves. So if you're going to ask a client to do a video testimonial, you can simply send them these questions that I mentioned and ask them to record themselves. Hey, I love your product. This is how I use it. Done. And within a minute, you could have a video testimonial sent. They could turn on their Zoom, record themselves, send it over as a file. And then the second option we're going to run through is not even asking a client, actually going back into your archives, looking at all the videos or even case studies you've done before and pulling out a testimonial that's there. That's one of the beauties of Milk, is to be able to extract, key moments from your existing content. So you don't actually have to go out and find new clients. If you interviewed a client before, they probably mentioned something great about your product. So let me show you how you do that in Milk, how you turn it into an asset that you can use, that is branded, that looks good. Because you can ask people for a Zoom recording, but it looks often terrible. So how can we turn that into something that the marketing and sales team can be proud of, sharing on their website and social media and such? So let me share my screen. That's everything working there. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay, cool. So we jump inside here into Milk, and first we're going to look at an example of a requested recording where we asked somebody to record a quick testimonial, a client, and they simply uploaded they recorded themselves, and then we took the file and we uploaded it here into Milk. This was then automatically transcribed, as you can see here. Took about under a minute, maybe 30 seconds to transcribe this. And so what we're going to do here is, what we're going to do here is just clip this section. At the start, you can see he's doing a couple of things where he's trying to get his video ready. So we only want to clip the part where he's actually talking about Milk. And instantly you have a video here with captions, right? So from the get-go, you've turned a Zoom recording into a video with captions. But as I said, we want this to be used by marketing and sales, so it needs a bit more of a touch-up. So that's where we go to our design canvas. And this is where you can really get creative, and you don't need your video editor to come in here and do that for you. So, if you see here some of the, maybe we don't want the background. So what we're going to do is crop that a little bit. Oops. Yeah. And oops. And then, so the video here, I'm going to play it first of all so you can see it. So this is him kind of talking about Milk and why it's been extremely helpful. And then at the, if we want to kind of add in his name, we want to kind of do that. Give me my bag. A little bit. Sorry, excuse me for 1 second as I adjust something. Distracting with my mouse. So okay, here we go. Okay, so we want to maybe add his name in here. We want to urge you so that we get some credibility around who he is. It's a little bit too small, so we update the fonts like so. And then we want to kind of organize that, pull that in. Then maybe we want to restructure kind of the captions, make it a little bit more visible. We want to add in maybe a kind of banner at the top. Just kind of do some design there. Add in some text as to who this is, what it is that he's talking about. So in this instance, he's talking about how helpful Milk has been. So we can actually kind of see exactly what he says at speed here. So I'm going to go through this. So it's been able to turn LinkedIn in fast. Okay, so this testimonial is about speed of repurposing. Okay. And then we want to add in our logo here. So we're going to add that in. You can kind of repurpose that there in the corner or whatever it may be. Now this is obviously a very simple design. There's lots of creative kind of aspects that you can kind of bring to it. You can change the colors to make sure that the content is all on brand. Make sure that it's in line with your colors. So we go here, change the background, play it like so. So there's lots of kind of different adjustments you can make to make it look kind of compelling, and then it's ready to go, ready to share as a download, to share on different social media. You get a GIF that you can add to your email, and so yeah, it's instantly ready for repurposing. Anything you want to add there, Lenny, in terms of?
No. I think it's. I'm just adding some titles, so
okay,
kind of overlays here.
Yeah. So that's our first example of being able to request a testimonial from a client where they record one, and then you turn it around and kind of touch up the design. The second one then is an existing webinar. Right, so this is from a company called Quixie. They have a webinar on YouTube, and here you see the whole piece of content was transcribed using Milk. And so this has already been recorded, right? So there's an interview with a client. So we know in here that there is a testimonial from the company that can be used, right? So it's going into your archives, maybe finding a moment where they say, I love your product, I love enter company name. But in this instance, this is the one right there. I'm trying to find the example here. Bear with me. Okay. I'm just looking for an example. Okay. So actually, we just clipped the right section here, the testimonial, and same kind of process where you're taking the video, designing it, customizing it. In this case, there's a slide that's in relation to the into the captions itself. So we may need to kind of add some more context here, going back to adding in your text description and so on. I won't rehash that, but the idea is that the same context is, you're trying to pull out a key moment, but it's from existing materials. And you saw how fast that we could do that. Normally, it would take like hours to kind of pull that out, to add captions, but you can do that within a couple of seconds. And then you do all your standard kind of design elements to make it look good. And then see if there's anything else we want to add in here. We might want to add in the logo that we had before. We may want to kind of change the background, kind of beautify that a little bit. Here's the canvas. Okay, we'll adjust this up. Okay.
I actually corrected some of the wording, so you can actually take away and add in the new clip video.
What's that?
I added the new clip, so you can just replace it if you want.
Cool. So this again, you can kind of add in maybe an opening scene here. So this is one slide. This is one testimonial, but you can also add in maybe an opening slide where you want to add in the company logo, or kind of an intro, kind of visual intro and outro. So we will pull in the logo in this case. As a starting slide, so that then it will start off with the branding and then move into the testimonial itself. So there you go. Two very kind of quick ways for you to get a video testimonial today. Let me see. StreamYard. Okay. Yeah. So two very quick ways to turn to create a video testimonial today. So one is request a video from your company, from a client, or take your existing content, pull out a moment, and then do kind of some basic design and share it out. So yeah, that's kind of if you look at that was done within a few minutes. The design can be touched up much more than, I just showed you some very basic elements there. But you can have something that often takes weeks to kind of turn around, could take you potentially an hour, hopefully, realistically, probably 24 hours to get a response from your client and so on. But if you have the archives, yeah, you could do that right now.
Awesome. So do you have any suggestions on where we could potentially share these testimonial videos?
So the first point is obviously to put it on the website. That's a very easy one, especially if it's a really good testimonial, put it on the homepage. Then you could share it out in your, put it into your email cadences for sales teams or for marketing teams. You can share it on social. That's great, but once or twice, then kind of you can't overdo it too much. But you want it to be constantly brought up to your prospects. So adding it into your onboarding marketing cadence, adding it into sales cadences, so if it's like, hey, I'm reaching out to you about our product. Oh, this is a great testimonial that you should take a look at. It's only 2 minutes long. Yeah.
Awesome, nice. And for you guys, well, I can talk about about me. When it comes to testimonials, whether they're written or video, I make sure to always look at them, before purchasing anything. I don't know if that's how you guys, do testimonials have influence over you guys, especially you, Lenny? When it comes to purchasing anything, do you make sure to look at testimonials?
Oh, I'm probably a minority. I am much more of a reader. So,
okay.
But I see the value, hence why this is important. Yeah.
Okay, nice. So, but you at some point you do still see testimonials, but more written than video. Okay, nice. Awesome.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's generally the key things we wanted to cover. Testimonials are very important. They can be a lot of work, especially if you're talking about video. We see a couple of options. Go back into your archives today, see if there's a quote that you can pull, turn that into a clip, get a little bit of design there, share it out. If you have multiple testimonials, turn it into a case study, a landing page if you have it from the same client. There's lots of opportunities there.
Absolutely. I agree. Well.
Cool. So yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go into product. So every week when we do this, this is the third week now, we share product updates. So this is our team stream, and one of the big things that are exciting is we're actually releasing templates soon. So given that one of the more important features that we're talking about are video testimonials, what we're excited to share is actually templates that can be used for testimonials. So given what Ross showed, not everyone has a design sense, and especially companies that have a brand guideline that you actually have to follow. Maybe one person wants to make the design, and then other people need to keep reusing it. So actually, I'm going to share some of the cool things that we're working on right now. This is a Figma file, so our design tool, and we have a lot of upcoming templates. So some of these are for internal company meetings, which could be testimonials in an internal company context. So we have these cross-department presentations. Maybe you have a presentation on a topic and you need to get buy-in from someone on your team. We also have things like case studies. So this could be a testimonial about a specific topic. These are much more hip, so you can change the colors and fonts if you want, and they'll actually be quite exciting, or you could make them more plain if that's also interesting. And then we have things like all hands meetings. So a very common example of a Zoom video is going to be an all hands meeting. Just gonna double check here that you can see these. And then additionally, we have things like Q&As. So you might have more than one speaker during a testimonial recording, kind of like this. You might have two people speaking. So being able to showcase or crop the people who are important in a Zoom recording can be important if their face isn't the only thing on camera. Then we also have some more generic styles. These are things where we're calling them the kitchen sink template. So they might have captions, titles, logos, pictures, but maybe you only need to use one or two of these things, but at least the aesthetic is established. And we'll have a couple plain colors, a couple dark mode colors. People love having that aesthetic. And then we'll have things that feel like they can match your own brand. So if you just change the font, they're plain enough where they actually look pretty good just as they are. The text is laid out correctly. The image can be cropped correctly. So these are very exciting. Within this, you can imagine your testimonial being laid out in an interesting way. But most exciting, I think, out of all of this is that once somebody in your company creates a design once, actually it can be reused again and again. So rather than just having a testimonial that has to be redesigned each time and looks a little bit different, one person in your team can create the design, save it, and then by reusing it, all of the content that different people create will always look the same. These are very exciting. We're launching the first batch next week on ideally Tuesday, and then from there, based on feedback, we'll double down on designing more. So we have 25 templates to launch, which is very, very exciting. And these are going to be a really major addition to how we're adding. Outside of that, there's a couple more exciting kind of product related things, but I won't share them right now. We'll go into them next week, more related. So yeah, just product update things that are exciting, jump into. So
cool. Great.
Awesome. Well, we want to thank you so much for joining us this week on our third live stream. And I hope this episode, it's like an episode, right?
Yeah.
Like this episode, taught you guys and you were able to learn a little bit more about why testimonials are so important for you and your business, and how Milk is able to help you create these video testimonials instantly. So yeah, any closing remarks, guys?
Nope.
No?
I'm good.
All right. We'll see you next week then.
Thank you.
Bye.